Welcome to Pond and Deliver. Tonight, Ruben, I thought we'd do something a little different. We look at films all the time and then through our eyes. Sometimes they're educational films, sometimes they're not. Tonight, I thought we would do something different, as in looking at three movies that people haven't seen, but we enjoyed, and we feel like, hey, this is a film that maybe people out there in our audience would love to see in the future. And so, Ruben, I like to start off with one of these films that I don't think too many people have seen, but I love, and it's called Thief. It's 1981. It's a Michael Mann film. And I'm gonna tell you why I like it real quick. It's because when I saw the movie Heat, I said, I wish you would do it like a part two, or I wish there's something else like that. And all of a sudden I found it. I found an older film that he did called Thief, and it has the same feel to it like Heat does regarding looking at that underworld where they're just not goof ups. These are professional thieves, right? This is a profession, and James Caan plays this thief.
And you
And
might have mentioned it, but
mhm.
it's director Michael Mann,
I'm
right?
sorry, yeah, and it's directed by Michael Mann.
Both
Thank you.
both films,
Both
Heat
films.
and Thief.
So
Yeah.
then you feel like, oh, once you get, if you enjoy Heat, and you feel like I want to see a movie like that, you got to go watch Thief. And I understand one little thing about this film. There's a scene where James Caan really wants to fly solo, but he gets caught up with these gangsters who really want him to do. He did a job for him, and they want him to do another job. And he's like, no, pay me my money, and I'm done. And they're like, no, 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 no. And they don't understand why he does not want to work for them. And he's basically let him know. And the whole movie basically is him trying to get away from these people, right? And trying to get his money back. And so it's just so worth seeing. And James Caan, I think this is one of my favorite movies of James Caan. I mean, I know Godfather, yes, he's great, but this is something that I think uh, audiences will like. Do you have any comments on that before I go to my next one?
I just want to say, we don't know what we're gonna say.
No, that's
We're
true. We haven't talked
talking, yeah, we're talking about the three most underrated, maybe underseen films, or what we
for
perceive to
sure.
be three underrated films that people should see. So why don't we do it like this? Why don't you say one, I'll say one, you say one, I say one, so that we can comment.
Perfect.
Uh, so I didn't know you were going to say Thief, and I agree. I have seen it, and it's really good. It's interesting because there will be a Heat sequel. I know you know that, right?
Yeah, I
And
do.
so that's coming out. But you're right, and there is a philosophy of James Caan that's similar to the philosophy of the De Niro character in Heat. This idea of never get attached to something too long, where if you don't, see basically the cop around the corner hunt you down, you can't just drop it. So you have that character in Thief being the one to tell De Niro. It's very interesting. But yeah, I agree with you. Michael
Well,
Mann, I mean,
so
one of
good.
the great filmmakers. I want to say a movie that I when I talk to people, it's surprising how many have never seen it and how many have never even heard of it. So I will tell you, first of all, everybody has seen This Is Spinal Tap. Everybody's seen Spinal Tap, it seems, that I talk to.
Oh yeah.
And everybody loves Spinal Tap. Um, Jake, you do love Spinal Tap, right?
Oh, dude, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I love it.
But from some of the same kind of idea, and certainly one of the stars of Spinal Tap, we get Waiting for Guffman. Waiting for Guffman is one of those movies I've seen over and over again. In fact, just talking about it, I want to see it again tonight. I could just put it on, play it in the background, and it's so silly. It's like Spinal Tap, but for actors, because like Spinal Tap is great. Anybody can like Spinal Tap because it's about musicians, but even non-musicians will love it. But this is about the world of community acting. If any of you have ever been a part of it, you'll like it even more. But even if you haven't, it's ridiculous and um, it's a thousand jokes. And I do want to mention some of the great stars that have, uh, we're talking about Christopher Guest, Eugene Levy, Parker Posey, Fred Willard, Catherine O'Hara, and their abilities to just work with what's in front of them and make it silly. Waiting for Guffman.
Such a great film, and I'm glad you mentioned it. When you said, it, I go, "Oh man!" And it's true though, Ruben. I think a lot of people have just haven't seen it because it was a small film, and but it was so great that after that he used those same actors for the next 4 or 5 films he did, and all improv. Although they have a basic storyline, but pretty much improv, and these guys are all great at it, from Parker Posey to Fred Willard to and go on and on. And yeah, I agree with you. What a great film! And every so often, I'll just remember a line, and just Kim and I will laugh because she loved it too, my wife. And so yeah, good choice, good choice. Well, for my second film, I wanted to share is I'm not even sure if you've seen this, Ruben. Maybe you have. Maybe we've talked about it. It was 2021 Old Henry. It stars Tim Blake Nelson. Have you seen that one? This film, I remember watching and thinking, what did I just see? And it's a small film as well, meaning I don't think too many people talked about it. But if you don't know who Tim Blake Nelson is, but he's in a lot of Coen films, right? The Coen brother films, I should say. And he stars as a farmer by the name of Henry. And he has a secret. I'm not going to spoil the secret, but he has a secret, and he's raising his son. And they get caught up helping this one. Uh, you you think he's a marshal, or he's a somebody with the law, but he might be mixed up with some I don't want to call them gangsters, but people who are against, what do you call it? Like bandits. And so he is in the middle of, I want to raise my son, but I have to deal with these bandits, right? Do I want to get involved? And so his whole idea of, I want to help this one guy who's hurt. And then so that's just a big part of the film. And then the second part, which I'm not going to share, is the secret he has of his life that before he had a son. And so it's such a great payoff. It's worth watching just to watch Tim Blake Nelson work because he is incredible. And Ruben, I really encourage you to watch this one. I think you'd like it.
Title again?
I'm sorry, Old Henry,
Old Henry. I will check.
2021 Old Henry.
I have heard of it. I never saw it.
Oh,
So
good.
uh, I think I'll probably match you on a movie you may not have even heard of. And that movie is the Richard Linklater film Waking Life. Waking Life is a film that uh, I can see people might not like it. I can tell you right now, if you're 15 or 20 minutes in, you're gonna see this is not a typical film. This is not a movie that I can sit back and see the plot. It's really an exchange of ideas. A boy just walks through his life, like just like it sounds, waking life, and he interacts with people. And after a while, he asks himself if he's even in a dream. You start to wonder. But what makes the film so interesting is that it's an exchange of ideas, everything from maybe Buddhist ideas to Christianity to all kinds of things. They don't label it though, those under those terms. You could just tell some of the ideas as they talk that um, this is a guy who is just asking questions. And it takes I'm fact this time around when I saw it, I rewatched it recently. I was just appreciating him because he was just asking, and it takes an incredible amount of discipline to ask questions without interjecting your own ideas right away,
Mm.
but just to probe. And people were telling him, and there's Linklater often has, you know, he's the director of Before Sunrise, Before Sunset. He did Boyhood. He often has Ethan Hawke in his films, and Ethan Hawke is in this with, I think her name is Julie Delpy. Um,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. I think
they have a brief scene, but the whole thing is rotoscoped, meaning it's cartoonized. And but you could tell it's Ethan Hawke at one point. It's him, and they animate him with Julie Delpy and that's her name, right? Julia Delpy. Yeah.
I'm almost
Uh,
positive that's her name. Yeah.
yeah. And she they talk and there's a really interesting exchange about the idea of community and how we are connected in some cosmic way. And he points out in this discussion, it's like a 5 minute scene, and then you never see them again after that. It just cuts to this scene, this discussion, and then it moves on back to the boy walking through the streets. It's a very unusual film. But at one point he tells her, we are connected straight in a strange cosmic way. And he says that they had given this crossword puzzle to this person, um, and he did this crossword puzzle. They give it to they released this crossword puzzle nationwide, but then the next day they gave a crossword puzzle that they had already he had given they had somebody had given this man a crossword puzzle that was like a week old, but he had never seen it before, and he had somehow done very well at it because there's something, and many had who had never seen that crossword puzzle because people in the universe had already taken the crossword puzzle. They had done well with it. They had done well in the crossword puzzle because the answers had already been done. It's almost like there's this strange union we have that the universe is sort of, uh, I don't know, we're together.
Huh.
And it's an odd but mesmerizing thing going on in this film. And the characters, the questions it raises, and I think people would like Waking Life.
Oh no, sounds. I've never seen it, so now I'm gonna see it. Now there's one movie that we've talked about so far that I get to see tonight because I'm still on vacation. Had this last film I wanted to share, that a film that I don't think too many people have seen, and I think it's worth seeing. Now, once I say the title, I think people will have heard the title because I've shared this with people and they go, "Oh, I've heard of it, but and I know about it, but I've never seen it." It's actually a remake. It's titled The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, 2013, starring Ben Stiller, Sean Penn, Shirley MacLaine, Adam Scott. Great cast, okay? Very funny, but not like a typical Ben Stiller film where he plays it real straight. Well, he has played straight before, but very straight. But he's a guy who's always in a like just dreaming about his life where he wanted to be, and so he gets to a place where he has to act and live his life, and you see him getting involved, and meaning getting involved in life and living life and doing some extraordinary things. Because usually he had that in his mind what he would like to do, and then ends up doing it. And so there's a couple cool scenes with Sean Penn. Well, actually, one scene with Sean Penn that's really good, and it's worth watching. Just that one, just that their communication regarding just not only what matters, but um, what this one pic there's a picture that's going to be on Life magazine, and they have this discussion like the last issue of Life magazine, what's that front cover going to be, and Sean Penn's the one going to shoot that picture.
So Walter Mitty is a photographer?
No, so Walter Mitty works for Life magazine. He is works for the like the photo, like developing pictures and
Okay.
choosing pictures that are going to be in the magazine and
And then they
working with
decide.
photographers. Yeah, so you haven't seen it then?
No, I've seen it.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
gotta it.
yeah.
I was trying to make it more clear
Yeah, I'm sorry.
for the
Yeah,
audience. Yeah.
well, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thanks for helping me out. But yeah, and Sean Penn is a photographer for Life magazine. Well, he actually does different magazines, but their relationship, even though it's a very short piece in the film, is worth watching and enjoying. And it's enjoying. How do I say it? It's a fun scene. And then Shirley MacLaine obviously plays the mom of Ben Stiller. I should say obviously, but she plays the mom, and she's fun to watch. And I think it's one of her last films. I mean, she hasn't done anything in a while. But yeah, this is a Phil Rubin that not too many people I've talked to have seen it. But I will say one last thing. The music's great. There's a scene, Space Oddities being played, Bowie's song, and just a great scene dealing with that song. But what do you think? Did you like it?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it did okay at the box
I
office.
think it did okay, not great, but I think it did
Yeah.
okay.
But
Because
I
some
think
people
that's
have seen it, but not.
what's interesting is I actually thought of this film. I
Did
actually
you?
thought of it of bringing it out because I actually think it falls under the category best of underrated, meaning it didn't get great reviews. And
Right,
I always thought it wasn't fair because I thought it was I thought it was just very interesting. I thought it was a fascinating
for sure.
topic, and what they explored in it was really good, really interesting, and I didn't think it got its due for sure. So I think that's a good pick.
Thanks.
Okay. The last one I leave, it's like a midnight screening. I don't recommend it for everybody. It's rated R. It's at times quite naughty. It's as dark as can be. Of course, I'm talking about Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, starring the great Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. They play brothers, and you cannot guess where this movie is going. And the plot, the sinister devices going on in Philip Seymour Hoffman and his influence on his brother, and just the lessons that you learn, the warnings of stay away from toxicity and from evil and from devices and designs that will bring you crashing down. It is very good. It's an acting clinic. Everybody knows Philip Seymour Hoffman is great, but Ethan Hawke is just as good, playing a different kind of character before the devil knows you're dead.
Oh yeah, when you mentioned that, it kind of reminds me a little bit of this show that just came out. I believe it was on Netflix or Hulu. I can't remember, but I think it was called Black Rabbit. It had to do with Jason Bateman and Jude Law, their brothers, and one of them is there. I mean, I'll say Jason Bateman character is just toxic and is not good for. They should not be together, but because they're brothers, they come together, and when they come together, not a lot of good things happen. And the other one uses it, Jason Bateman character is always bringing in Jude Law. And then Jude Law has his issues. But so the film that you just mentioned, I can't remember the title. What's the title again?
Before the devil knows you're dead.
I've seen it. It's been a long time. And it just reminded me of that film. It's really good. So yeah, I think these are six films, Ruben, that um, I know I haven't seen the second one you mentioned. Can you mention all three of yours again?
I talked about Waiting for Guffman, Waking Life, and Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
That's right, Waking Life. So that's one film I haven't seen, so I'm going to see that tonight. And then the three I shared again was Old Henry, The Thief, the 1981 Thief, and then 2013 Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So yeah, there we go. Audience, tell us what in the films do you think that maybe we should see that no one's really seen or it hasn't gotten too much talk, and would appreciate that. Have yourself a great night. Don't forget to ring that bell and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night. Bye bye.